What popular movie are we going to review this week so that we can get views?
Split was relatively popular.
Oh yeah, we can do Split.
Well, we can't do Silence. I mean,
Wait, why not?
We could. Essentially, we could do Silence.
We could.
Kevin doesn't need to be there.
We'll do that after when Kevin leaves.
Well, Kevin can be in the room.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
saying that he
no.
doesn't need to say anything. Hell, we'll just review Rogue One again.
No. That would make us hacks.
We'd be no better than Rogue One.
Clarify this for me. What's his name?
Lawrence Keel.
Careful, Sam Slade, you might keel over.
Alec, you can't take that away from Darth Vader.
That is his thing.
That is Darth Vader's thing. Darth Vader always makes puns.
Yeah, every time.
He loves them. More than murder, more than the dark side, more than Padme. More than...
Well, that's more of a joke than him loving puns.
When the Emperor was zapping Luke, he was like, "Ow, electrifying."
I'm so shocked right now.
I'm shocked.
Did we ever talk about Fences? Did we review that on the podcast?
We did not.
I know I didn't edit a review for
It
that.
isn't. It is too late, and nobody cares.
Nah, dude, it's the Oscars. They're coming up. It's Oscar season.
Yeah, we can talk about it, I guess.
So do you want to talk about the Oscar nominations?
I don't want to go too deep in. Like, I don't want to talk about special effects or whatever. Like,
No,
or-
of course not.
yeah,
Just
like
talk
I
about
don't.
the ones
I don't want to
people
get
like.
into best sound.
Best sound. Goes
Best
to-
sound mixing. Yeah, we're not getting into that.
There are 9 nominations for Best Picture.
And we've seen a lot of them.
I
have
want to
seen
talk
a lot.
about how great Kevin is for a second. I want to suck his dick because I said that assuming Kevin would have the list up on his phone, and he did. Like, we didn't talk about that
Several minutes ago.
at all. Yeah.
Um,
The word Oscars was said, and Kevin was like, got it.
Got it done. So let's see, nominated for Best Picture this year. Again, 9, which I always thought was great. I'm like, do like 5 or something.
Yeah, do 5
Well,
or
dude,
do a whole 10.
They're doing
Yeah.
one for every main Star Wars movie planned.
Okay, so we have Fences, which I think we all expected would be nominated.
I mean, this might be an unpopular opinion. I do not want that one.
I don't want the Fences to win either.
I think it's great. I liked it a lot. That is not Best Picture. It just can't be. Best acting.
Yeah,
Great cast.
Denzel Washington can definitely win for best.
But there's so
acting.
much about it that I'm just like, well, it didn't do the best of this, didn't do the best of that. There's too many aspects of it that just are lower
Yeah.
than the rest of them.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked it myself.
I don't think that one's gonna win.
I
don't think it'll win,
And I think
but-
between the 3 of us, I maybe liked it the most.
I think out of all of us, I had the most problems with it.
Yeah, for sure.
I had the same problems as you, but I already knew it was a play going into it, and you didn't.
Yeah, I did. Well, Sam Slade, it's so jarring when you don't know.
I mean, I don't think its chances of winning are very high, but
Well, there's black people in it, too.
but then again, I hate to say it, there is black people in it, and then 12 Years a Slave came out of nowhere in 2013.
There's also Moonlight, though.
I would much rather Moonlight win.
That's true. I think Moonlight does have a higher chance.
Moonlight was. I just think Moonlight had more working.
which is another nomination. Moonlight, which we all really liked. We all saw together.
Did we review Moonlight?
No, I said we should, and then we never did.
Did I ask if we did a Moonlight review 10 minutes ago?
No.
What did I? Offenses. Yeah.
Yeah, did we do a
Racist. Racist. You thought they were the same movie because they have the same people in it.
thing.
Well, they're not. Denzel Washington's in both of them.
Yeah.
You said that because you knew it was the same actors in both.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of the ones that has a good shot at winning, I think.
People love that movie.
People really love that movie, and it won Best Drama
It's a good movie.
at the Golden Globes.
The more I've thought about that movie, the more I've thought about the scene where... Because I always thought that the third act was not as strong as the other two. Like the third chunk with the
Where
the
he
adult
becomes
him.
an adult.
Where I was like, well, the other two things I was just way more into, and the last one was kind of like, it was cool, but like, it was kind of like, it was just okay compared to them.
Yeah.
But I kept thinking about how there's that scene when he's with his mom at the end, and he's an adult,
That
and
scene
she's
is-
different.
really
That
good.
scene is awesome.
And I'm just
That's
like, that is
one of
such
my
a good
favorite
scene.
I really
like, there's some cool stuff.
I really like the last scene of the movie, like where they hug. That was, because I liked it because it seemed like the middle of the movie. Like I thought there was going to be more. The movie was about to
Yeah.
end, and I was sitting there like, I can't wait for how this movie's going to.
They're gonna get married.
Yeah, and then it just ends, and it's a really heartfelt moment.
And something I liked about it, like most movies where they have gay characters or gay main characters, it's kind of like this big old deal.
We
and
may
like,
be the first review ever to actually say gay characters.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. everywhere I look, even in the Oscars, like,
They
I'm
have
so
a-
glad a movie with black people was not. No one has mentioned they're gay. It's apparently a huge spoiler.
Whenever it's in a movie like that, like in a movie, it's like this super like overly cute thing. It's like, oh, it's a gay couple, or oh, they're gonna get together and they're gay. But in Moonlight, I was sitting there,
Or they do their
and it was exactly like seeing any other romance in a movie. I was like, I want them to get together. Why aren't they getting together?
Or
right
they
now?
do the exact opposite.
Why can't they
where,
work?
Like them being gay is almost like thrown under the rug, where it's like
It's just a relationship.
They try to make it so it's not a big deal, but in doing that, because what they do is they try to like subtly throw it in. But by trying to subtly throw it in,
It's random,
it seems random and out of nowhere.
like in Star Trek. Beyond.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm thinking. But no, I completely agree. The movie was just a heartfelt rom-com, or not rom-com, but it had a nice romantic story in it.
yeah.
And it would just happen to be about two gay people.
See Moonlight. It's a hilarious.
It's seamless.
It's so funny.
It's a hilarious.
There's sand.
steamy rom com.
Well, I mean, there's that scene with the
There's a-
chair. That was
There's a
hilarious.
steamy.
Dude, when he brought the WWE to his class, and he went wham.
He
with
brought the
chair.
whole thing.
We were we were the only ones in the theaters, us four,
Oh yeah,
Literally,
yeah, we were
they-
the only ones.
and we all lost our minds. Like, yeah, I just hit him with the chair. Do it again.
Yeah, do it again.
And then he gets arrested.
That guy totally deserved it, though.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
guy was horrible.
They did a
He
good job
that, too.
at making that bully a real bully.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like
They got you to hate him.
and also it didn't seem forced. Like, oh, he's a bad guy because he's a bad guy. Like, it seemed like this guy like genuinely wants to hurt him.
Yeah.
You know, like he's going out of his way.
Well, that's another thing.
making
Like,
an effort.
there was elements of people not like he was made fun of for being a queer or whatever. Like they were making fun of him for being gay, but that wasn't what the story was about. Like at the end of the day,
honestly, it's a downplayed element. So if you
Yeah.
blink, you could easily miss it until he starts checking
until he gets a hand job,
You know, it's really, really quiet.
and then he runs away saying no homo.
No homo, no homo.
All right. So anyway, see Moonlight.
Alright.
It's a hilarious comedy. All right. So what's next?
Manchester by the Sea, which means
I'd be so happy if that won.
Which
I'd be happy if that one.
I know. I still know nothing about that movie.
I've heard so many people like say the movie has such like it's too simple. You know, it's like it's only this and this, and it's like, yeah, but
That's
did you
fine.
see that movie?
I
Did you
mean,
see that? It was awesome.
You
know?
could say that about a lot of
Yeah.
movies. Like Fences is super simple.
Yeah.
There Will Be Blood is relatively simple.
Yeah, it's all
Like the plot line itself isn't complex.
The characters
it's the
are
characters
complex.
that are complex.
Yeah, and you gotta have one or the
Which
other.
is
you know?
why I like Manchester by the Sea so much. The characters are complex.
Yeah.
Complex. The
That's the
story.
thing, you like you always say that you can make an interesting story out of anything because as long as you have relatable and complex characters with arcs and have
likable.
Yeah, have
they don't even have to be complex. They can just be likable. Like
And
Indiana Jones.
yeah, like Indiana Jones. Nothing there.
There's
He's just a
literally
hat.
Nothing to him.
Yeah, he is a hat that punches people.
Yeah.
And
It's
murders
so fun to
people.
watch.
He says a one-liner every once in a while. He's just likable.
Well, he does that because Darth Vader does it.
Yeah.
He wants to be like him.
So you guys would be happy if Manchester by the Sea won.
I'd be super
Yeah,
happy. Yeah.
it's. Yeah,
I want Casey Affleck to win Best
really
Actor.
great.
I just want people to know he's a good actor. Like, I mean, Denzel Washington might have done better, but like everybody knows Denzel Washington's the best actor.
But you're forgetting
Yeah.
Denzel Washington's black.
It's a washing machine, dude.
Yeah, but again, like everybody knows Denzel Washington's great.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone knows.
yeah.
Like no one's gonna go that hack Denzel Washington, but people will be like that hack.
I've
Casey
heard
Affleck."
people say that Casey Affleck was a hack already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like since Manchester by the Sea, I've heard people complain about him.
Yeah.
And say that his performance is flat.
it's flat. No, it's great.
That's flat.
His performance is super subtle and super well done.
Yeah. So the next one, actually, trading off. Me and Alec, we saw Hacksaw Ridge.
Best movie of the year.
Man, I want to see Hacksaw Ridge so bad.
You gotta
I
see
just
it.
saw
We're
the
running out of time.
I saw the behind the actor studio or whatever
See-
for the
Yeah,
directors
oh,
this
yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah.
And Mel Gibson looks like a freak.
Yeah,
'Cause
of course he does.
he's got this huge beard. And him talking about Hacksaw
Whoa.
Ridge got me so pumped.
Woo woo, put up a picture of Mel Gibson from
Yeah.
Hacksaw Ridge.
Honestly,
I'm just gonna put up a picture.
It's gonna
of
go right
Nathan
where I pointed. To.
Right where you pointed?
like what we said before, there are a number of movies that are nominated that we'd be really happy if they won. I'd be happy. If
I'd be down. Like it's not my top choice, but like if it won, I would definitely be. Like I wouldn't be complaining.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. Oh no, Spotlight one. Yeah, no, it'd be like good for Hacksaw Ridge, good for Mel Gibson.
I feel like I
Mel
think
Gibson
La La
needed that.
Land and Arrival and even Moonlight are better movies.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
Question
same
right here randomly: which do you think would be the most shocking to win?
Like shocking?
Yeah, you'd be like, I.
Well, let's do that after we've seen
Yeah.
heard all of the titles.
Mainly because Alec doesn't know them all and he wants me to say them.
Kevin, I love how well you know me.
Let's hear what Kevin has to say.
Well,
I'm like,
Before I say what I'm surprised by.
Hacksaw Ridge, but finishing thoughts, Hacksaw Ridge is awesome. It honestly, it'd mean a lot to Mel Gibson, like for his career, so that it does have that going for it.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, people might be like, oh, you're racist, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah. I mean, I like it when he makes movies, though. I like his movies.
Part of me doesn't want
like,
him to win just because I know that people... Alright, so, like, the Oscars had the whole complaints last year about having no black actors.
And being racist.
And it's like... And then the next year they give the best movie to someone who has, said some...
And if you get raped by a pack of it'll be your fault.
Very questionably racist things.
No, it's symbolism because he's
maybe
changed, so the Oscars have changed.
Right. No, that's not it.
Oh man,
That's it.
You'd be surprised.
Well, Mel Gibson looks like Gandalf, but on roids. He just looks like a lion.
Yeah, no, he does. We also have Hidden Figures.
Oh, man. I forgot that was nominated.
Which none of us saw.
I was surprised.
Earlier.
I thought that was like an Oscar flop, like an Oscar bait flop. I was like,
well,
that's one of the ones that people tried to make it like Queen of Conway. Just based on that trailer, the trailer looked trashy.
What will you become?
It looked
The trailer
like
looked
like a TV movie, just like Spotlight did.
Here's the thing that the premise never seemed super
I
interesting.
think all
to
the
me.
more the nomination, personally.
Whether
it deserved it or not. I bought it.
The minute you see the trailer, you know exactly what part of the Oscars it's baiting. Like it's going for the you didn't nominate any black people last year. It's going for the women. We're feel proud of us. It's going for all of those angles.
Yeah.
And it feel like it. The reason I never saw it is just because it seemed like it was pandering. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong.
It could be good.
Well, I mean,
it could be good.
Which none of us saw.
This one is actually the only one that I alone have seen, and it's Hell or High Water. Which
I really want to see that so bad.
Admittedly, I was shocked all to hell when it was nominated for Best Picture. I did not expect it to be nominated for Best Picture. I mean, not that it wasn't good, but I was just like, that's a weird choice. Like for the Oscars, like it seems like a movie they wouldn't necessarily.
It wouldn't be on their radar.
It wouldn't be on their radar. So Hell or High Water is really good. There's some really good performances in there. Jeff Bridges is actually really funny. Like even though it's not an explicitly
He's
funny
being nominated for Best Actor or Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah. He's really funny in it. Mainly because everything he says is a hard racist joke. And it is hilarious every single time. Like, and you know it's coming too. You're like, he's gonna say something really racist about Indians. And then he says it and you're like, that is great, that's hilarious. Also Chris Pine and Ben Foster, who have done pretty good in the past, they both did really good in this one. This is one none of us have seen, although our friend Brian saw it, Lion.
It's weird. Brian hates that movie, but I've heard lots of good things about it.
He didn't hate it at first. Brian said he really liked the first half a lot. And then once the movie changed into something else halfway through, because from what I understand, it's him as a kid throughout the entire first half and how he got lost or whatever in his journey. And the whole second half is adult him going back and finding his way home.
Huh.
He told me he's like the first half is good. He's like the second half he's like not so good. He's like I wasn't as into the second half, and then now he's like movie stinks. The more I think about it, the more it just unravels. So who knows?
Why is that the Oscar bait movie? Why can't Oscar bait movies be more like Mad Max? Like why can't that be the standard?
Because the Oscars typically they focus more on cultural relativism than
It's true.
what is
like what means something cultural?
what makes a good movie, and right now the black thing.
And
somehow they
tied in Mad Max to all that. They were like, well,
Yeah, the fact that Mad Max made it up there with
someone sold it. They were like, it's about women empowerment, which is something very frequent nowadays. And it's also about how the world is actually going crazy in Australia. And the Academy's like, this is true.
well, this is a documentary about Australia.
And so they're like, of course.
I mean, there was a time when Raiders of the Lost Ark could win, you know?
I believe Aliens was nominated for Best Picture in 1986.
Think about we went
Aliens,
from Lord of the
a
Rings
sequel.
to
Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings. All three of them were nominated for Best Picture,
Yeah.
and the third one won. Anyway, moving on. Arrival, which we all saw, and we've already reviewed. I am dying to see it again.
Let's all watch it again when it comes out.
If there's a
I'm gonna
movie,
watch it in theaters.
if there's
I
a
don't think I
movie
can
that
watch
I
it.
want to win because like it's a sci-fi I love Denis Villeneuve.
Denny Villeneuve. The S
You
is
don't
silent.
pronounce Denis Villeneuve.
It's Denny Villeneuve.
I like Enemy guy. He's
Oh,
great
man.
because he knows he has a great cinematographer. The guy that did the cinematography for Arrival,
He's nominated for best cinematography.
that should win. That
And-
movie had better cinematography than any movie.
And
I
not
saw
only
this
that,
year.
he is the second black cinematographer ever to be nominated for best cinematography.
Well, there you go.
And I don't think he
Do
will
it.
win. I don't think the other guy won. So there's potential for
Yeah,
that.
when
I don't
first-
see. It shouldn't even matter. That movie
Like,
just had the best cinematography.
It shouldn't matter, but like that's like a cool thing that it's nominated now. You know.
I just assumed when I was watching it that it was Roger Deakins.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, Roger Deakins is back.
I actually.
But then at the end, when it wasn't him, I was like, oh, that was someone else.
He not only does he know how to pick his cinematographers, but he also knows how to tactfully handle stories. Like no matter what he tells, if it's pretentious or like realistic, he knows how to handle it in a respectful way.
And I see him in interviews, and the way he explains his movies is just so lovingly. Like with every little detail, it's like, we put this in the movie because this meant this, and this was always meant like everything. Well, he had like an emotional connection to everything he put in the movie, and I'm like, that is so cool.
That's why I'm so excited he's doing Blade Runner.
Blade
Yeah.
Runner's gonna be great. All right, so next Oscar movie.
This is the last one for Best Picture, and that is La La Land, of course. Tied with two other movies for the most nominations, 14.
It's about LA, dude.
Yeah, that one might actually win. Like in all honesty, if I were to bet money, which I am going to bet money at the Oscar party,
Can we?
Yeah, if I was gonna bet, I would say La La Land's gonna win.
I'm putting money on that La La Land.
I think
Yeah.
we all kind of want that to win, right?
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
we're all kind of like, yeah, that I would want that to win.
I want it to win. I also think it's gonna win. It's one of those movies that like it deserves it.
We're not gonna be, the popular niche people that are like, I don't want La La Land.
Yeah, because despite how much we hate
popularity.
popularity,
La La Land is, I think, objective.
because that's why we don't
The
have any
best
viewers.
movie
It's
of the
because
year.
we choose to.
yeah, I
Of
think
this year.
I
It's
think
the one
La La
that's
Land's the
like,
best.
That's just the best movie of this year.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. Out of all the years that I've followed the Oscars, or that I've paid any attention to it, this year is probably one of the better ones. Like it's got some good nominations.
We've also seen more. Like I feel like it's been a while since I've seen this amount.
Like it's not like last year where like the movies that I wanted to win I knew weren't.
Although, I got my hopes up towards the end.
Yeah,
that Mad
right.
Max
Because it
might
got
win.
6
It
wins.
it got 2.
Which
Yeah, I got.
Sam Slade doesn't remember.
I've always well, no. Part of the thing was
no. Yeah,
while it was going on, we kept changing. We were like, wow, I can't believe Mad Max won 4. And like we, and
I
Kevin would
get-
be like, it's 6.
guys. It's
I know,
6.
3
I'm so
Oscars,
remembered it
2
right now.
Mad
I'm like,
Max.
dude, it's 2.
It goes back to the Oscars being more about cultural relativism than
That's true. When they pick the
what
best
is
picture,
actually
yeah.
the best picture. Because it's not they're not picking for the best movie of the year. They're not necessarily picking the objective best movie that has that nails everything. Because that's obviously not true. Because The Raid would have won. But it's picking what encapsulates the year. Like what movie made the why does Spotlight win? Never mind, my theory makes no sense.
No, it
'cause
doesn't.
We've kind of gone long with this video, so I don't know if I want to go into like supporting actresses
Okay.
and actors. I which sucks because I was gonna make a joke about
we need to
Viola
move-
Davis winning for Suicide Squad.
That's a good joke, Alec.
I was gonna make it, but I can't now.
We need to
Best
move.
performance shot from your own home.
We need to move on instead to best foreign
Here,
language film.
no, like I'm saying, we should wrap up with the Oscars because this has already been like 45 minutes of Oscars.
That's why we're moving on to best documentary short.
No, Kevin, I think you're missing my point. I'm saying that the Oscar video has been too long, and I think we should do another video.
You're
Like
right.
like the Oscar video, I think we should end it. Like woo woo, put on the theme music. Woo woo.